Hello, my name is Mark. I want to welcome you to Gov Directions, and I want to give you a presentation today about how we can add value for your company. I want to first thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time. Gov Directions is located in Atlanta, Georgia. We've been in this market segment since 1998. Serve just over 103,000 companies as of August the 1st of 2021. And we're real thankful that this marketplace has accepted our business solution. A lot of you come to us with a familiarity with our federal government. Maybe you've registered at the System for Award Management, sort of the accounts payable system for the federal government. And then quickly realize that it's tough to break into that level of government. You've got to have some past performance, and you probably have been led to look at some state and local agencies. Oftentimes, low-hanging fruit that you can really pursue and win as a new company in government contracting. In fact, there's over 35,000 plus cities and towns, 3,000 plus counties, almost 12,000 plus school systems. And we have a lot of different types of school systems nowadays, 38,000 plus special districts. We like to govern ourselves locally. Governments can come together and form new districts that are sometimes led by those governments, or even a quasi public-private relationship like a downtown development authority, all with a specific purpose of providing a service like a hospital system or airports or economic development or parks or transit, multiple methods of providing services at our local government level. So I use a puzzle to kind of illustrate how we take this fragmented marketplace, issuing some 5,000 calls for bids and proposals every single day. It's not broken by any sense. Information, though, is everywhere. Just like that puzzle box, when you open it up and there's thousands of pieces and you start putting it together. We've been doing a lot of puzzles lately. It really produces a nice image. That's what Gov Directions does for our members. Every day when these bids come in, calls for RFPs, invitations for just general information, sources sought, and others, they're listed one by one on our front page. So you travel on over there to govdirections.com. Always can get to the front page by clicking this link here. You can see them. One just came in for a fence in Florida, for example, bridge guard repair in Michigan, all over the country. Right now, we got 46,000 active listings. In fact, every day it goes up and down, about 5,000. As 5,000 new ones come in, 5,000 are awarded out to companies like yours. And so I like to point that out. So it's a constant flow. So you're not going to, travel into page 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 and find expired bids. So watch out when you're looking at other alternatives that you're not, what we call sometimes being bid winked. So we want to have a proof of work concept so you can see the activity as it's happening, as it's going through routinely, so throughout the day. Now, a big difference between us and others, we do not work with any individual government. We take pride in that fact. We want a hands-off relationship with them. It's not that we dislike government. Of course we don't. We're publishing their information. And we work closely with governments in terms of encourage them to reach out to you. But we don't want to tell them what we can and we cannot publish. So we take an aggressive form of research where we gather concrete public information. We translate that into actionable business products. On the other hand, we do, as I said, we like government, so they are able to publish listings, just like a newspaper. So we're collecting, telling stories, but then they can advertise in the public notice section, more or less, make it an interactive public notice. So about 80% of our listings, though, because of that approach, are posted directly by governments through a direct feed of some sort, or they're sending the information to us. It's just that we're not limiting ourselves just to information. In fact, you have an aggressive team working on your behalf to gather the information, all US based onshore, who understand the communities they're monitoring for you and know where to go and look and know exactly what rock to pull from information from under. So it's an important distinction. The other thing is we're not speculative. So these are active contracts. Somebody has, in this government here, they're doing some pond cleaning. They're looking to hire somebody to do that. They have went through an elaborate decision-making process to get to the point where they've issued an RFP, including budgeting for it, talking about it in the public, getting all the players singing on the same song, and then they go out and ask for your input as a contractor to give them a response back by this particular time. I like that just to make you aware of that, because it's once again, it's not like me going out and thinking about paving my driveway and they're repaving it and then I get quotes and never go through it. Here, you spend time on this, it's going to happen. It's almost like a mini gold certificate, for lack of a better analogy. So I like to point out these key differences there. As you can imagine, with that kind of volume, we got to organize it some way. You may have been, had the NAICS code idea stamped on your forehead already. So you may be familiar with one classification method, the North American Industry Classification System, NAICS code, which is used by our federal government. Unfortunately, state and local governments do not use that system. The most common probably is the NIGP, National Institute for Governmental Purchasing commodity codes. But even still, state agencies have their own way of doing things. There's multiple ways of classification, and most of us just simply don't have time to learn all of that. In fact, most of that was put in place before the advent of some keyword where you can go in and you can do something very simple like a compensation study, and you can search and go through our database and find all of those listings. There's still value in classification because, compensation could be also be how they're going to compensate me for a hotel lodging. So just a simple keyword search could potentially, you could potentially miss things. You're getting too much information. I'm getting, 554 with this particular keyword. I really am looking specifically for compensation studies. So we take an approach where we also crosswalk every single listing to one of 160 industries that we serve. So if I was looking for this type of a study, I would click on here and I would know it'd be under human resources. And then I can see everything that's been classified in this particular area, classification, compensation study, for example, in California. So we're taking multiple methods to make sure that we're able to deliver the information directly to you. Now, whenever you find one that you're interested in, and I'll just kind of pull some of these out, maybe at random here as I go through. I mean, I'm in Georgia. Let's see if there's anything in Georgia. Here's one, some human factors support. We then present the information to you. First, we'll give you a bid title, RFP title. It's going to speak to some key factors. Like this one here is a sole source. It's also a service disabled, veteran-owned small business listing. We're going to remind you of any kind of set aside underneath the area here, as well as the NAICS code that's assigned to. It's important we kind of teach how all this works in our Gov School series. FAR, which is the Federal Acquisition Regulation. We're going to speak to which area that you need to be aware of. And we're going to give you just a quick tool to capture that bid. Capturing a bid basically means you're saving it for the future. You want to pursue this, and you're going to get in line to actually go out there and win that contract. And we can always, if you forget which ones you saved, you can always get a quick link to view all your captured opportunities. And in this particular folder that's personal to you, you can maintain the bids as long as you like. Like this one here, that was recently expired. I might want to remove it since I didn't win it, but I may, some of these I might want to keep because, the future they may go back out and I want to know who won it. I want to know other details so I can quickly have a reference tool for it. So this is your personal folder to allow you to do that. You accidentally remove one, let us know. We can put it back in there. We have some 4 million recent listings in our active database. Here, we're also going to give you the ability to see where we receive the information. The due date, we'll give you the agency, we'll give you any kind of contact reference information, who to contact, the contact person, how to do business with that agency, summary. If there was a special note we needed to give you, our researchers, to help you win this, they're going to type that in there. Otherwise, we're going to leave it blank. We don't bother you unless we need to. But there's a note, watch out for it. There's something we're adding for you. You can also map it, just using typical geo tools that you would like normally be associated with just Google mapping. Here, though, our main objective at this point is to get you to leave us. We've done our job, found you some business, get on your way. Here you are, we've stepped out of your way. We here that we're not going to charge you any finder's fees, just no download fees and no additional expenses at any time. Here, the government wants to work directly with you. And they want you to download their PDF. They want you to do all the documents. There's a lot of them here on this one. And then they also, if you've got a question, they want you to reach out to a affiliate. Okay, not to us, but to a affiliate. Now, while we have stepped out of the way, this is your first time seeing this or something that's unusual, we haven't abandoned you. Okay, so we're here to serve as a technical resource. But anything to deal with the bid itself, you're going to want to talk to the government. Anything to deal with, I don't want to look like a, want to make this look like it's my first time. Mark, help me out with this particular reading. Show me how to read it. Give us a call. We'll walk you through that. And so that's our basic information. Now, the key to us is always delivering the information you need, the one that matches you. We will allow you to drive that information. First, we're going to send you a daily alert. That thing goes out every morning, starts at 4 a.m. I've really trained myself to wake up just to check and make sure it's going every day. Because if it's not going, we get a call. There's some 45,000, 50,000 leads every morning delivered by 9 a.m. And so it's out there. We store it online just in case it gets caught in a spam filter of some sort. There's all kinds of reasons. It could be something as simple as a word reference in the actual title. But we store it here, and then we go and deliver it. It'll look a little different online because we want it to look and feel like your normal Gmail or your normal Outlook, whatever mail service you're using. It's going to look and feel like that. All with the ability to just to very quickly click on that link on your phone or on your desktop, and then within 2 clicks, be in at the original source. And at this point, you're actually downloading the information and you're responding to that individual government. And so we're moving you through very quickly to the information. Now you're going to drive that with your account settings. This is a tool that we allow you to step in, and you go in and you actually can change your preferences. You click here. Got to have at least one industry chosen. Simple point, click. But we don't care how many. You can have 20 of them if you like. You can see we separate them out by consulting, by equipment, by infrastructure, by IT, services, supplies, trades, and subcontracts. We also are doing grants. So if you want any of that information, you can just click on that, and we're going to deliver it to you daily. You just choose your industries, and then it's going to match up to you. In addition, you can limit your location, but by default, it's your all location, because most of us nowadays, we can work anywhere in the United States. And once you do set that, then that daily alert's going to be driven by that each time. Now, at first, though, you might want to just go back and just take a look at everything that's in our system, because remember, we're not going to send you the same thing over and over again. That's another thing you need to watch out and don't get hoodwinked, because we want to send you new data every day so that you can pursue. And it's going to present it in a way that really catches your attention. But we might want to go here and just choose view all bids by your preferences. And as you do that, what it's going to do is first it's going to go through and call through all of the individual bids, RFPs, requests for information, sources sought, pre-solicitation notices, award notices, and then it's going to come back and it's going to say, here's what we found that's been added since midnight. Now you remember your daily alert is going to have everything yesterday. It's going to be since midnight. So I usually actually come in, maybe if I'm sitting down right after dinner or something, I might want to just check and see if there's anything I need to respond to right away. Because I'm going to tell you that, because you're going to be able to sort these. It's just added since midnight to match that individual preference there. And then I might want to come in and say, yeah, I want to check these by due date, see which one's got a quick turnaround. Some of them do, like August 4th here. I got 2 days to respond. So I might want to put that on my to-do list for the first thing in the morning. We can always do that. Also might want to, have multiple industries. Maybe I want to sort by industry. Any of those you can sort by. Okay. Drop down, you sort over time. See everything that's in our system the very first time. Just click change, and then it'll pull up all of those that are in our system and match you that are still active. Remember, we're only inactive, so I'm not going to send you a lot of information that's already expired. In addition, you can always go in and do that keyword search like I showed you earlier, and it's a Boolean search technique. So, when Boolean means basically put in quotes, 2 words, artificial intelligence, and if you want to limit it, the word or, excuse my Southern accent, if you want to broaden it, okay? You can follow those simple instructions. So this is the way we search before, the Googleization of things. And so you got that, and you can search for keywords. And I like to do that just in case there could be a combination of bids or something like that, as I have some downtime and I'm really searching for business. In addition, we're going to show you upcoming opportunities. It's what we refer to as our business advanced intelligence, and always mark with this type as intelligence. Now, these are not speculative, but these are not yet out. We know they're coming in general because the government talks about things before they do something. Okay, and so we know that, and we know that because they do it in a public setting. They're budgeting for it. Here's one for playground equipment in Oklahoma. Okay, so go in there, City of Tulsa. It's been talked about in the executive summary for this government. The city manager probably talked about spending $3.7 million in the coming year. So if I'm a playground equipment vendor, I want to maybe start doing some traditional business development, reaching out to the city there, giving them information about my company. They're not in a RFP stage, and maybe I want to go ahead and give them a sample RFP so that whenever they go to buy maybe a merry-go-round, that it's going to fit my company. Okay, so that's a way to do more traditional business intelligence. And so that's what we refer to as our upcoming information. You can go through. Now we're going to notify you if you have this particular industry set with the word upcoming. So you'll always be in the front for you and have that available to you. In addition, if you have that capture folder, it's always stored here. So you can always click and you can see those that you've got captured. Maybe you're working with another service provider of some sort, and you're helping them. They're actually pulling them. We have capture managers. You can reach out to us and for that to have someone potentially help you go through that process. Your NAICS code, you can search. You're not familiar with NAICS code. then I'll be surprised because everybody seems they are. If you actually do, click here and you can search and pull up by keyword. Let's just say I do personnel, services. And so I pull up and it's going to be 541-612. Okay. And you see there's a couple of different ones. It could be, I'm not really a huge fan of NAICS codes because you really have to be on the same wavelength as the individual who's choosing that code. And so you potentially can miss. So I like keyword functionality a little bit better. But if you did, you can go in, you can see. Now, whenever there is a NAICS code pool or a federal pool, we will also show you those recent awards or sole sources or justifications. And so the reason why this is important, because here's where you might want to step into teaming. Now, we'll do a Gov School class on teaming, but I know that this has been recently won. I'm carrying them for 30 days. And I can go in there and I can see that collaborative consulting won this at this price, or maybe not at this price. They're not willing to share, but some of them, though, when they get up to 2 million plus, the big ones, they're going to have to do some small business relationships, and it's worthwhile for you to step in there and introduce yourself to that company. And if not on that one, then on the future, because there is typically a correlation between those who are winning that continue to win. Okay, and so you just know that. Now, if you have a set aside destination, click there. You can see those ones there. As a reminder, whenever you do click through on this, you're able to see that, and you're going to be able to see what NAICS code it is, as well as which particular small set aside it is. Okay, just have that ready for you. And also, whenever we do this, we're also going to show you the recent awards and sources sought as well. Okay, Gov School, we tell you that let me back up. Our awards, we're also doing awards that are tied to your preferences, and also who's winning, stimulus packages. We're giving you some details. Okay, so make sure you watch those. Now, our Gov School here, we know that we can teach you to learn and win better. In fact, there's going to be a session this afternoon. We're talking about RFP writing. We do these routinely. You can find those in our schedule library. They're reserved for the sessions that we've done, all in a Zoomcast format. So you can ask questions of us and learn how to do business with the government. We pride ourselves on that. So take a look at that. And then Gov Advice, that's a micro consulting platform. Services we know you need to win. Okay, here available. Where think of it as an Uber driver driving you to that new contract. Okay, a gig basis, you're winning. You're responding to that. They're helping you out. For example, capability statement. We all need a capability statement. You come on here and we can give you a free one, or potentially you might want to have yours really stand out. And we have individuals who are here to help you with that, and at different fee prices, they can help you build a new capability statement. These are individuals we refer out to, right, in RFPs, for example. And they're here for you. Just give us a call and we'll hook you up with them. In addition, our support, I can't speak high enough for our support team. A+ rated and Better Business Bureau. It's an earned rating, not a purchase. Whenever you do join and you describe you want to leave us, you just type in your email address, you can leave us. We're not going to hassle you. We don't want you to leave, believe me, but there's no exit fees. There's no dinging you at all. You can leave at any time. In fact, we're a month-to-month subscription. And so whenever you do come in and see our pricing options, here we are, it starts off at $25 per month. For my state, it's one of our popular packages for those who are working really just in their own state, like plumbers and contractors and so forth. And then regional, most of us can go to at least regional. This is $50 per month, or our national, $100 per month. No long-term contracts, month to month. You can cancel anytime. If you do choose the annual, we will give you a savings, and we're also going to throw in a capability statement. At this point, it's going to be basically 10 months. The price, you get 2 months and no charge. Okay, so it's 12-month subscription, but the cost is 10 months, 500 to 1,000. And if you do add business intelligence, it does jump each one of these by 2. So it's 500, 1,000 to 2,000. Okay, and so that's our pricing structure. That's who we are. I want to thank you. You can watch this again on the video demonstration here. You can actually schedule a personal demonstration. I'll talk you through, and we'll get you familiar with our system. We'll find you a bid, in fact. So give us a call or email us or schedule a demo. 800-492-8523. We're ready to serve you. So thanks and have a great day.